let go of things I can't control.
What's the difference between a painter and an artist? I moved into a new apartment and some guy came over to paint the walls where there were marks left from the previous tenant. The same materials, more or less, but ultimately a very different outcome from the painted walls and ceiling in the Sistine Chapel. I believe that the magic of art is in the ability for someone to get something from your creation. The artist feels healed through the process of making, and great art has the ability to heal others as well. Art you buy from Walmart has probably never changed anyone's life. The problem is most of us are making Walmart art and calling it art. Artists make art because they feel they have something to say, not because they have to say something. I've been making songs for 10 years, and for the longest time I thought that just making songs was enough. I figured I would make songs and keep making songs, and when I got good enough, people wouldn't be able to resist my amazing songs. The truth is, no one really cares. Why should they? Without a message, without music that makes someone feel something, well, it's just noise. It's basically just content or Walmart art. Anyone can make a song, even AI. What makes me unique? Why do I feel I need to make art? My mom's dad passed away in Israel before I was born. Through stories, I learned he was a talented piano player, able to play any song by ear. As a career, however, my grandpa Sheldon was a pediatrician, a doctor who helped kids. In high school, my parents split up and got divorced. Shortly after, my first girlfriend and I broke up. The guy I was buying weed from and selling to others was the first guy she chose to f next. Around this time, my granddad Lawson, who my mom's mom had remarried, and who I'd grown up with as my step-grandfather, had passed away. I was junior class president, but felt extremely alone, ashamed, depressed, and lots of anxiety. I was smoking weed multiple times a day and skipping school. I had no message, no purpose, just felt hurt. In hindsight, I felt like a victim. I would drop my sister off at school, go smoke, and then go home and make shitty songs in my bedroom closet. An understatement would be to say that I felt extremely misunderstood. Music had a profound impact on me during this time, beyond the making of my own. When no one else seemed to be there, I had my headphones and a song, artist, or album to narrate my mood. I honestly felt like nothing mattered, largely because I was instructed on calculus and chemistry and never taught about purpose or happiness. My parents did their best, as parents do, and saved up for me to go to college. I had little to no plays on my music despite doing open mics every week, so like everyone else who got in, I went to college after high school. I binged podcasts, read books, and studied virtual mentors I admired, all while continuing my pursuit of doing music full time. Ultimately, I think what got me through school was the acceptance of my situation and the realization that nobody was going to make it happen for me. I had to be my own hero. After skipping parties and class for 5 years in Tucson, I somehow graduated in 2021 and finally had the degree in my back pocket. However, after following society's well-trodden path and getting the degree, I couldn't get a job. I honestly didn't want a job, but I needed to make money, so I began working at a restaurant. For context, I was 23 with a degree, and one of my coworkers was a high school junior at the time. I got the call at work one day in August of 2021. I stepped into the employee locker area and heard my dad holding back tears. My dad's dad had passed away. My grandpa Alan was a social security lawyer. He helped people who couldn't even afford representation. I hear he was also a pretty solid harmonica player as well. When I was 15, I started writing lyrics and songs because I felt compelled to express myself. And honestly, I found it therapeutic and challenging in the best way. To come up with witty bars, catchy melodies, and I love the process of learning how to make better music. Seeing my growth inspired me, and the words that my mentors spoke in interviews and books made me feel understood and less alone. One of the worst feelings is that of being misunderstood, because no matter what I do, I can't make you understand me if you don't want to, or if you can't. At 25, I feel like I might be the person I wish I had in my life at 15. I believe many people are struggling, some much worse than others. I believe we love superheroes because we align with why they do what they do. They represent the ideal version of ourselves. Peter Parker is a normal guy, but he's bullied at school and then his uncle is murdered. He could have harbored hate and resentment and victimized himself, but instead he acquires abilities and chooses to use them to help others. My bubby, my dad's mom, recently told me that her siblings and her were beat up on the way to school as children in Detroit simply because they were Jewish. She told me as a Jewish boy in Poland, her father, my great-grandfather, was walking home one day when suddenly he became target practice for some drunk soldiers. If they had better aim, I would not be here right now. I may not be able to shoot webs out of my hands or build a suit to fly in, but I'm very aware that I am still extremely fucking blessed. So what? Well, I make music, art, because it's fun, and why not? It's better than 9 to 5, and someone's gotta do it. But truthfully, positive impact is the goal. To resonate with the person who feels misunderstood, and to inspire him to be his own hero, as my music-making entrepreneurial heroes did for me. The past has already passed. It's gone. Literally nothing I can do about it. Why would I let it define me in the present? I could look at things that happened in the past and victimize myself, use them as excuses for not doing my best to reach my full potential. Or I can let it go, learn from it, and take action in the present that might lead to a better future. But the future doesn't really exist either. There's nothing I can do about things that may never happen. Most of the things that we fear never happen. The past and the future only take away from the present moment. So often we miss the magic of right now because of worry about the future, or we trade the beauty of this moment right here to think about moments that have already passed. This clock was left in my room from the previous tenant, and I had this idea to make it into art. Everyone has ideas. Ideas are worthless without action. So this is that. I chose a message that resonated with me, and if you're in my audience, I believe it'll resonate with you as well. Let go. Take a deep breath. There are no problems, only situations. Situations that can only be dealt with here and now, in the present. The present moment is all you ever have. Present moment is all you ever have. Thank you for watching. I got that quote from The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book. Oh my gosh, what a great book. Power of Now. As I said earlier, I moved in and that clock was just sitting there. And I was like, bro, I have all this art. I have this self-discipline. I have this keep going. Patience, and obviously these all come with a message. These are very obvious because the artistic ability isn't really what stands out. It's more so the message. That is a cover art for Dead on Job. I didn't make that, but commissioned. Patience, and the latest edition. So there's no rules. Art is what you can get away with, as Andy Warhol says. If you like this video, please subscribe and leave a thumbs up. It would mean a lot. It wouldn't mean the world, but I'd appreciate it. I would genuinely appreciate it. Definitely wouldn't mean the world to me, but like it would mean a lot. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. You unsubscribe now. Okay. Every Tuesday I send out an exclusive newsletter full of quality personal recommendations, quotes, podcasts, books, whatever I've consumed throughout the previous week. Mini blog posts, Zico news, and more. If you're interested in getting this Tuesday's email, you can sign up. The link is in the description below. Keep going and make it happen, or for fuck's sake, die trying.
Generation full of kids raised on the internet, yeah. Playing games you call it love, this ain't Wimbledon. How you got the GPA but no intellect?